You probably recognize the painting behind me. When Stone painted the Mona Lisa, nearly 5 centuries after Leonardo da Vinci painted the original, he used about 13,000 cubes in order to paint her up. This is a mosaic in his stone oil cube style, unlike any other artist before him. This is Stone Chunshi. He's from China, and he lives in New York in Westchester right now. He's with me in front of his Mona Lisa painting. Stone, how long did it take you to paint the painting?
4 months.
4 months?
Yeah, maybe more.
How many cubes make up the painting?
12,735.
That's a lot of cubes.
Oh, a lot.
You must have been in the studio for a long time.
Yes, that 4 months, it's not like just hour a day or 2 hour a day. It's 10 to 16 hours. Basically,
a lot of time.
Basically paint it until I drop, until my mind frozen.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed in this painting that you have a few cubes that stick out a little bit more than the rest. There's this green one up here, and there's a few teal ones back here. Can you say a little something about your decision to make those?
Yeah, that was not decision. It just happened. So I like that color. I put out at the beginning. It's like before anything else, it's like really stick out. But after I finish it, and always stick out, but it's kind of like still in. So the collector bought this painting, and he loved those. He thinks it's a diamond.
Right.
So he thinks this is like a diamond mine. So every time he look at the painting, look at the picture, and look at those cubes that stand out, and he thinks he sees diamond.
He thinks the cubes are the diamonds.
Yes, the cubes are diamonds. So like this are diamonds, and he will point out. So this is diamond, this is diamond, this is diamond, this is diamond.
These paintings almost resemble pixels on a computer. Does this have any sort of sway over your work?
Yes, totally. Because the digital world, when digital things look at a painting, a picture, same like music, it's a square. That's why people don't like a digital format of music. They think it's too sharp, so they want analog. Analog is like a no pixel, like a film, no pixel. But all the digital picture actually has a pixel. When you blow up to like the largest to the end, always a pixel. So when you get to that close, I think it's like the closest you can get to the bottom, the deepest picture you can get is a pixel. So that's why I think. To me, I think a pixel is represent our generation, the computer generation, digital generation.
Small pieces of the many.
Yes, small pieces of the many. And also, to me, the color, when you do a shade, the whole shade is one thing. When you pixel later, or cube later, and so that way, like each of those shades are little different color, and that needs more color to create this one line.
Right.
And so that's why I created, and I think you're right. So the digital generation.
Now you mentioned before a simile with music. Some people would call you a triple threat. You've been a video jockey, you've been a musician, you're a painter, you're an artist of all mediums. Do they fit in together with you, or totally. Are they separated in your mind?
Oh, totally. They're all one chunk. So every morning I wake up, first thing I have to play some guitar. So somehow that gets me like into another layer of from sleep or in sleeping mode. And so when I wake up, I drink some coffee. I have to play guitar first. So when I play guitar, I don't play certain song or certain thing I did it before. More just like a freestyle, just to let it flow. So that wakes me up right away. I think music to our ears, visual painting to our eyes, and those are connected.
Right.
So both are sending info to our brain, and so we can smell with our nose, we can hear from the ear, and see things from eye. So all those, everything, I think, all connected, all sent to our brain. So our brain will process it, and it would be like, wow, beautiful. If it's something beautiful, and their brain will tell the whole system, your whole system, like, wow, this is beautiful. When you feel it's beautiful, it's a joy.
Right.
Creates like such a joy. Your day will be like, when you see a flower, you're like, wow. When you see a beautiful painting, you're like, wow, really like charged up with good energy.
Right.
Same like music. So we listen to the music, like only listen to the music. We want to listen at that moment.
Right.
Could be sad music, could be happy music. But when you're like in a happy mood, you don't want to listen to sad music.
Right.
But when you're in sad mood, you listen to sad music. It kind of like helps you transform your, or brings out that feeling out.
Right.
So connect with other people, other creator. So I think they, to artists, those are all connected. Like an ear will influence eyes will influence nose, everything. So it's like a whole package.
Now, a lot of your paintings have, I mean, they represent different symbols. You have the US dollar, $1. You have the Chinese renminbi. You have the Christian cross. Are these symbols that you think about before you start painting, or do they just sort of come to you afterwards?
I want to have my own thing.
Right.
I don't want my painting, people say, oh, you know what, that reminds me of so-and-so. And that hurts me. That destroyed my whole artistic passion.
You don't want this to remind people of Leo da Vinci?
It's a da Vinci.
It is
but
a da
it's
Vinci.
my Mona Lisa now.
It's your Mona Lisa.
Yeah, it's like a song, knocking on heaven's door. I love Bob Dylan's version, but I love Guns N' Roses' version more. Because Bob Dylan created that song in the 60s or 70s. I mean, that sound technique and that whole a style of singing, everything. It's just that's from another generation. But when I hear Guns N' Roses version, I'm like, ooh, that's all the guitar sound is modern,
There's a different energy driving it.
Yes, exactly. Axl Rose is singing all relate to me.
Right.
Because I like that version, I went back to listen to Bob Dylan. I was like, I still like Guns N' Roses version. So I think same thing. I feel like I'm modernized. Use my way of understand, my way of feeling about a painting to paint this one. Yes, it's Leonardo's Mona Lisa, but now this is my Mona Lisa because
Mona Lisa.
It's like a Bob Dylan song, but Guns N' Roses knocking heaven door. So more like in a technical art, like a painting technique. So if I paint something like a copy Da Vinci's way of painting, I mean, that would be just copying it. So I use my way of painting it. It gives a different life.
Right.
So some people like my version better because bigger,
Yep.
brighter. A lot of people think when they look at this, they feel like, woo! Just like when I listen to Guns N' Roses knocking heaven door, I'm like, relate to me.
Right.
So that's why I think, when they cover a song, they don't try to sing like Bob Dylan. Right. They sing like Axl Rose. His way of singing. That's why I like it. It's like their way of singing, their version of the old stuff. I think this is in pop art, always do that.
Right.
Andy Warhol prints out everything. It's all other people's image. He doesn't create an image, but that brings that old image into a new generation,
right.
a new era.
It's interesting that you mentioned that song specifically because the first version is written during, prior to the hippie movement and, coming up into the hippie movement and, Vietnam War and all of those things. And so you have a completely different context surrounding that version of the song than you do the Guns N' Roses. Likewise, with your Mona Lisa, you have Da Vinci painting during the Renaissance. And now, in a way, we're in our own Renaissance with the digital age. Everything's new, everything's changing very rapidly. So how do you think the public is going to apply themselves to this painting versus the original Mona Lisa painting?
I kind of like everybody have their own opinion about it.
Right.
And some people, I paint the money, you talk about currency. I put $1 on the trailer, drive on the street. So some people say, is that money? Is it money? No, it's art. Yeah, it's art. Is it? Is it Mona Lisa? Is this art? Is it copy or is it not copy? I like that. I like that whole different angle to everybody has a different opinion about it. Just like we listen to a song, we all have our own feeling.
Right.
So it's like a people communication. So art is another layer of communication. So people don't have all same exactly thoughts about a painting. So that's why, you know, whoever look at it and whatever they feel, it's great. I mean, even this collector bought this painting, he sees a lot of diamond. I mean, he saw the Mona Lisa, then he sees a lot of diamond. I'm like, I didn't paint diamond. I paint the Mona Lisa, my way of Mona Lisa, but he sees diamond. It's fine. He says he want to buy my painting because he thinks he wants more people to see my painting instead like go to somebody's house and that's it. So he want like build a little museum for that. I'm like really happy.
Well, thank you so much for your insights on these. If you want to learn more about Stone's paintings, you can reach him at stoneoilcube.com or Stone the Artist on Instagram.